right, so Accenture and NVIDIA. They've really gotten people talking with this whole team-up thing.
Yeah, it's big news. And when you think about what each of these companies, what they actually bring to the table, especially when it comes to AI, I mean, this is a pretty big deal.
It really does feel different than just like your typical tech company handshake, you know?
Totally. This isn't just about making AI a little bit better, a bit faster.
Yeah.
I think this signals a bigger shift. We're talking about much more, I guess, sophisticated is the word, AI systems, the kind that can practically think on their own. And what's really interesting to me is that they're making it clear that they want this tech to be accessible, not just for the big players, but for all sorts of businesses.
And it's not like they're being subtle about it either, right? Accenture, NVIDIA Business Group, I mean, they're going all in.
Exactly. It's a big statement.
You mentioned accessibility, and this Accenture AI refinery really caught my eye.
Yeah.
What is that exactly? Is it like some secret lab where they're cooking up AI superpowers?
Well, maybe not a secret lab, haha. But yeah, the name's pretty accurate. Basically, the AI refinery is their platform, right? And it's built on NVIDIA's AI technology. It's like the command center for all these really, really smart AI agents.
Hold on, AI agents.
Yeah, basically they're like mini AI programs. And they each have their own kind of specialty, like need to go through tons of data. There's an agent for that. Want to make a complicated process way more efficient. AI agent on it.
So it's like having a team of AI specialists, each with their own unique skills. That's kind of cool. But okay, does it actually work? Because sometimes, there's all this hype, but the reality is less impressive.
Oh, this is the real deal. I mean, Accenture's even been using this stuff themselves with their own marketing team, and they're seeing like a 25–55% boost in speed.
Wow. All right, so we're talking real results.
Yeah, and it's not about cutting corners. It's about the AI taking care of all that, all that boring, repetitive stuff, data entry reports, all that. So the human teams are free to do the creative, strategic thinking.
It's like freeing up human potential. I like it.
Yeah.
But what does this all mean for someone who might be listening right now, someone who's not a tech CEO or a marketing guru? How does this even touch their world?
That's the exciting part. It's the ripple effect. I mean, as these tools get more and more powerful and, more importantly, easier to use, we're going to start seeing AI popping up everywhere. Imagine a florist using AI to manage their stock or predict what customers will want, or a bakery using AI to design custom cakes based on what people are liking on social media. This isn't some far-off future. It's happening right now, and this partnership is a huge part of making that happen.
Okay, so AI is about to get really, really interesting. And it's not just for the tech giants anymore. But this whole agentic AI thing, I got to be honest, it's a little bit out there, isn't it? What does it even mean for AI to have, like, agency? Are we going to have robots demanding rights anytime soon?
No, I don't think we're quite there yet. But it is a big jump from what we've seen before. Okay, so imagine this. Instead of having to program a machine with every single step, you just give it a goal. And the AI itself figures out the best way to get there. It learns and adapts as it goes. That's agentic AI.
So it's like, I don't know, having a team of super smart assistants who just kind of know what needs to be done before you even have to ask.
Exactly. And they're constantly learning and getting better. You mentioned earlier that example with Accenture helping that Indonesian telecom company, Indosat, right?
Yeah, Indosat. How are they using this agentic AI? Give me an example.
So they're using it to manage their networks. We're talking about making sure the network runs smoothly, predicting outages before they even happen, and all while navigating all those regulations and legal stuff.
Right, because you don't want to break the law just because your AI got a little too creative. But what about other industries? Outside of telecom, where else are we seeing this agentic AI pop up?
Let's take manufacturing. So Accenture is using AI to design these huge, complex factories, right? But here's the cool part. They're doing it all virtually first.
Wait, so they're building like a digital twin of the factory before the real one?
Exactly. And by doing this in the virtual world, they can test different layouts. They can see how the workflow could be improved, figure out where the problems might be, all before a single brick is even laid in the real world. And the result is they're cutting down the design time by almost a third.
That's wild. It's like we're not just using AI to speed up what we already do. It's totally changing how we do things from the ground up. And from what I'm hearing, this agentic AI has like endless possibilities, finance, healthcare, even creative fields like design.
Absolutely. I mean, think about it in finance. You could have AI detecting fraud as it happens in real time. Or imagine AI that could personalize banking for millions of customers. And in healthcare, AI could be analyzing medical images, to help doctors make faster, more accurate diagnoses. We're talking about potentially catching things much earlier when they're easier to treat. It's pretty incredible.
It's amazing to think, how quickly we're seeing AI going from like science fiction to being everywhere every day. And it's more than just, making things faster or more efficient. It's also changing how we think about things like security, especially when it comes to all this tech. Like Snyk, for instance, they're using AI to basically, well, create a bodyguard for code, which seems especially important these days with, all this AI-generated code out there.
Yeah, Snyk's approach is really interesting. They're basically using AI to analyze code, and I mean in real time, looking for any vulnerabilities, any little weak spot that a hacker could exploit.
So like an AI security guard constantly checking for, holes in the fence or whatever.
Exactly. And the fact that their Snyk Code platform just hit that $100 million revenue mark, that tells you just how seriously businesses are taking this.
Right. Makes sense. I mean, in a world that's becoming more and more reliant on software, having that AI safety net is like essential. But it's not just about keeping our, digital infrastructure safe. AI is also making its mark in creative fields too, like marketing, for example.
Absolutely. Think about a company like Mondelēz. I mean, they're the ones behind brands like Oreo, Cadbury, all those.
Oh, yeah, the classics.
Right. And they're using AI to actually personalize those marketing campaigns, and I mean on a massive scale. So they're tailoring their message to different groups of people, even down to individual preferences.
So it's like delivering the perfect message to the right person at just the right moment.
You got it. And the level of precision, the speed that AI allows for, it's something we couldn't have even imagined before.
It's kind of like having an AI whisper, figuring out what
Yeah.
people want before they even realize it themselves. But I don't know, this all sounds incredibly like complex and expensive, honestly. Is this level of personalized marketing even possible if you're not, a huge corporation?
And that's the really interesting part because we're seeing AI being used not just by those big tech companies, but also by these, well, more traditional companies. Like
Hmm.
take PwC, for example. They're a huge global consulting firm.
PwC. Okay, yeah, I've heard of them.
So they're using AI tools, things like ChatGPT Enterprise for all kinds of stuff. I mean, we're talking reviewing tax documents, even drafting proposals.
Wait, hold on. AI is writing tax documents now.
It is. And that's a perfect example of how, AI is really changing the game across so many different industries. And it's not necessarily about replacing jobs. It's more about, I think, transforming how we work. Because by letting the AI take over those, tedious, time-consuming tasks, it frees up people to really focus on the bigger picture, the strategy, the relationship-building aspects of their work.
Okay, so for someone who's listening to all this, trying to wrap their head around this whole AI-powered future,
Yeah.
what's the one thing, the key takeaway that you really want them to remember?
I think the biggest thing to remember is that AI isn't some, far off thing. It's here, it's evolving incredibly fast, and it's impacting pretty much every single industry out there in ways we're only just beginning to understand. The question isn't if AI will impact your work, it's HOW. So more than anything, stay informed, be curious, and start thinking about how you can use these tools to your advantage.
It's about embracing the possibility, right?
Right.
And approaching this new era with, I don't know, a sense of curiosity and maybe a little bit of courage to adapt and evolve along with it. Because who knows what kind of incredible innovations and opportunities are waiting for us just around the corner. And this deep dive into AI, looking at, these powerful partnerships, these agentic systems, and it's ever expanding influence. It's really just the beginning of a very exciting journey.